Hi guys, today's subject is motivation. How do you stay in the gym for long periods of time, for years, months, these kind of things. So you have to understand why you're doing it in the first place. You can see in the short term, a lot of people will get motivated for 90 days or shorter periods of time because they have something to work towards. And then it gets to a point where they go, they slow down or they get all over the place with their health. It's okay to have, peak performance at parts of the year, of course, but at the same time, you should not be going into an all or nothing thing where you just cannot sustain it. You're all over the place and you end up getting extremely unhealthy. At that point, it becomes ridiculous. And how do you combat that? How do you fix that? Something that I've worked with a lot of clients. I had a client last month, recently, and I've done this with many clients before, is writing down why you are doing it. So what are you doing it for? Let me give you some examples. Number one could be you doing it for your kids. Number two is to look good because you want to find a partner that you feel worthy of and you feel that is worthy of you. You want to have number three, you want to live a life that has no disease. A lot of people get disease and all these issues and things like that really early on in their life, in their 30s and 40s. Another one could be you want to just look amazing, and it's that sometimes can be a shorter term focus, but in the long term, another one could be that you want to prosper in your work, in your job. You want to make more money, so you want to be able to work at a higher level. I would think about everything that you have done, and this is what I've done with my previous, the most recent person. She wrote down everything that she wanted to work towards. And when she wrote everything down, like everything that she was doing it for, and then she wrote at the bottom, I'm training, doesn't matter if I don't feel like training, I'm still going to do it. And she just wrote this little kind of phrase at the bottom because she realized that 95% of the time she doesn't feel good before she trains. I don't feel good before I train. I also don't feel good when I'm in a session because at the end of the day, when you have your heart rate, if you're working properly, 175 beats per minute, who wants to be working in that uncomfortable state? You don't, right? So you have to understand that when you are doing these things, it's not because before you train, you're not going to feel good and you're never going to feel good. So if you're trying to hope for that, every time you go to do it and you don't feel good, you think, oh, this is never ending. So that's number one. Number two is, as I said, write down everything that you're doing it for. And then number three would be put it somewhere that you can see, put it on your fridge that you can see where you go every day and you know that, okay, I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this because I want to grow my business. I'm doing this because I want to take my life to the next level and I want to, inspire people around me. Write down everything that you're doing it for. And this is something that will make a massive difference. And actually what you'll find is it'll be a lot easier to stick to over the long term. And then in that time, someone like myself, who's a coach example, will give you little targets along the way, body fat losses, fitness tests, team workouts. That combined with your why, combined both, will make a massive difference to the reason you're doing it. And then just be stubborn. A lot of people have this kind of stubbornness in them. Use that to your benefit. Don't let people around you influence you. You have to understand the people around you make a difference, a massive, massive difference. And this is the other 50% of what I've just said, is if you're around people that are not healthy, what you'll find is that they'll just drag you down. They will not be making the right decisions at the weekends. They'll be doing low value stuff, things that, don't add any value and only take away value from your life. Be aware of who you're around and start making a conscious effort to be around other people. Another part is structure. A lot of people lack structure. They just don't have the structure that they should to be able to live a high quality life and work at a higher level. You need to have a Google Calendar. In work, if you have structure, you also have to take that to your personal life. You have to have structure with your training, you have to structure with your food, and you need to know when to go shopping, know when to order the shopping, know when to cook. You need to do these things. And to give you practical advice, you need to use Google Calendar. Get your phone, get your Google Calendar and put reminders on, just like you would do if you had a meeting. If I told you you're going to take $15,000, $20,000 at 6 p.m. this evening if you turned up for a meeting, you'll turn up half an hour early, you'll be on time, you'll sit there for the whole meeting, blah, blah, blah. You understand it's all about what you value. And once you value your health, you'll start making the time for it. And when you make the time for it, it'll work in a positive spiral, a positive sequence here, because what happens is you eat better, you sleep better, you feel better, you talk to people better, your business grows or you grow it within your business, your people around you, like your family, have more respect for you. everything flows in a very, very positive manner, and the opposite happens when your health is deteriorating or not progressing. So you need to be conscious. Put it in your Google Calendar, make a list, put it on your fridge, put it the reason why you're doing it, and then go for it and stick to it over the long term.